In this first lesson about 3D geometry, the first thing I'm going to talk about is trying to fit the biggest pen possible into this box. So if it measures 40 centimeters by 80 centimeters by 60 centimeters, we've got to try to work out the length essentially from G to A. So if you can put a pen in here, or any sort of stick or whatever, then if it was lying along the base, then that would be the longest it could fit if it was flat on the base. But it could be longer if it went from A to G. So that's the length that we're trying to work out, A to G. And there's having drawn the line A to C first, it may be clear to you that it's just the hypotenuse of this right-angled triangle. And if I were to draw that triangle in blue here, that's A, that's C, and that's G. It is a right angle, and that length is 60. So all we need to really work out is the length from A to C. And if I did that in a different colour, let's go for green, then we've got the triangle from A to B to C, with that length that is common between both the blue triangles and the green triangle. So if I drew the green triangle here, that would be A, B, and C. We know that that length is 40 and CB is 80. And I could use this to work out what the length AC is. So this is just going to be a bit of Pythagoras Theorem, where I'm going to be doing 80 squared plus 60 squared. Now that is just a scale up 3, 4, 5 triangle. And by looking at that relationship, I can say that this is 100. But I could have worked that out using, the normal formula: 80 squared plus 40 squared, all square rooted, would be 100. So that is 100, and that on the blue triangle is the length AC, which is here. So that is 100 as well. Then I could use this new triangle to work out what the length AG is. So I could do 10 squared plus 6 squared, square root the answer, and that would be, scaled up by 10 of course, that would be 20 times root 34. And by pressing the SD button, that tells me it's approximately 11.7 centimeters to 3SF. I should write here what it is I've worked out to make it clear. It's AG. And that is the longest length that you could fit in. And really what I should do is look at my diagram to see if that makes any sense. So if that's 40, that's 80, that's 60, my answer here was 11.7. And that is clearly rubbish. So I have made a mistake here, and it's likely to be the fact that I forgot to put 20 into my calculator when I tried to make a shortcut using 10 and 6. And that is what I've done. So it's important to look at your answer and make sure whether it's correct or not. So this should be 117. Oops. 117 centimeters to 3SF, and that looks more like it.